Welcome to the Fire Mountain Gems and Beads Jewelry Making Studio Christmas version. Today we're going to make these really cute little angel earrings. This is for your angel on the shoulder or for the Christmas season. Whatever, makes great gifts or great bazaar jewelry because they're very easy to make. All you need are some sterling silver head pins, Swarovski crystal pearls, a couple of different sizes of bead cap, this great little wing bead. Here's the collar for her neck. It's a little sterling silver donut. These Swarovski crystal pearl faces, I guess you'd say. I used 2 little bead caps for her crown, and then the crowning glory is that little tiny 2mm sterling silver bead. And on top of that, these great twisted ear wires. Let's put them together. Super easy. Grab yourself one of those head pins, and we'll start to make a stack. First thing is that Swarovski pearl. That represents her skirt. On top of that, we'll put the bigger bead cap. Now that bead cap doesn't really fit. Not to worry, it's nice and soft. I'm just going to push it down over the top of her skirt. There we go. And then another bead cap on top just to make the skirt prettier. On top of that go the wings. Starting to get an angel. Next, that little sterling silver saucer donut. They're getting smaller, so my big fat fingers are having a little tough time there. Put that donut on. Then comes her head. It's a beautiful color. Doesn't that look angelic? On top of that, we'll put her crown or her halo. Now this is 2 bead caps. The first bead cap, you want it to lay down on the bead, just like a bead cap normally does. And put the other one with the prongs facing up to make it more of a halo effect. On top of that, I'm going to put this little tiny sterling silver bead. It just kind of holds things more secure and sort of puts a finishing touch on it. These are not entirely uniform, so you might have to try a couple to find one that has a hole big enough to go over your ear wire. But there it is. And then it's just a case of making a simple loop. Simple loops always start with a 90-degree bend, and I like to put my thumbnail right in there like that, right next to the bead, and fold that head pin over close to a 90-degree bend. Now I want a loop that is, about that big around, right where my thumbnail is touching the round nose pliers. So the piece of wire I want to make that loop is the distance from my thumbnail to the tip of the plier. That is how long I need my wire to be to make that size loop. So that's about where I'm going to cut it. Just using my eyeballs. You could actually mark it and measure it if you need to be that perfect. But that's where I'm going to cut that. Notice how I'm carefully protecting my cameraman from the flying wire. And I saved that little piece of sterling silver wire too. Sterling silver is nothing to laugh at. Keep those scraps. They're great for melting down with a torch and making something else. Now I'm going to grab the very tip end of that wire where the size I want the loop to be. Roll it back. Reposition the plier. Put the lower jaw in. And I'm even going to put in an index fingernail in there to hold my 90-degree bend. Roll it back the rest of the way until that loop touches to make a perfect loop. And it is just the length you needed. And the last thing to do is put on the ear wire. I'm going to treat it just like I would a jump ring and twist open that little loop, pop in my angel, and twist the loop closed. Oh my gosh, tell me you can make bunches of these for the Christmas bazaar. An angel on your shoulder. Thanks for joining me.